Here. Member Wex.
Here.
And Chair Hunter.
Here.
And Member Dahlman is absent, but we have a quorum.
Good. Okay, the meeting minutes from March 3rd. That was a small meeting, long time small meeting. So anybody that has any comments on it can make them now. Nobody?
I move that the meetings be approved.
Okay. Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, do we have any non-agenda items, either visitors or in the audience? I don't think so, but how about online?
Let's see, there is nobody online.
Nobody online, okay, then move right ahead to the design review for patio seat wall and a gazebo at Blair Park. And somebody's gonna talk to that. Okay.
Hello again.
Aye.
I'm John Hirsch with Kruger Cobbles. I met you last year over the ravine steps that Union Church put in, and the project went really well. So we're hoping to do the rest of the project in June, because we still have our permit. But we finished most of the project last year. But I'm here to talk to you today about the patio and pergola and seat wall at the Lake Bluff Pool.
Oops. I'm sorry, let me get the right thing.
Remember slide projectors?
Just get the right view here.
Holding cards.
The full screen mode, that's what we want.
Okay.
Okay. So the backstory on this is I used to be on the Friends of the Lake Bluff Parks Board for many years, and I talked to some of my vendors and people that I know in the industry and asked them if they wanted to help us create a project and kind of talk to the park district, and they thought it would be a nice space to have like birthday parties and so forth, private birthday parties, and rent it out. It gives some shade, and the space is basically wasted. It's in the south lawn. We adjusted the location slightly and moved it further to the east, so it's even further away from the 50-foot setback line. So we decided to move it so where it's basically centered, there's a bench and a tree that's located there, and if you were to walk out of the men's locker room, it'll be basically centered on the men's locker room as you come out. And so it's even further away from the 50-foot setback line. We moved it up 3 lengths of the rope fence to the east. And so it's well within the setback lines. And can you go back to the next slide?
Sure, that one.
So basically, there's going to be a connecting walkway and a paving area. And so more of the backstory is Kiwanis wanted to do a project for kids in Lake Bluff, and they offered a $25,000 donation to the Friends of the Parks to help fund this. And then I spoke to some of my vendors, and one of my vendors, County Materials from Wisconsin, we'll get to that in a minute, was generous enough to offer all of the materials at no charge. So they are donating all of the materials. And then I also spoke to Mariani Landscape, and we'll get to their plan, but they were willing to donate the landscape at no charge. So it's really a very reasonable, basically pro bono job that has received funding from various sources, and it's going to be a super nice space that gives people who want to have birthday parties and other gatherings, families, a more private space that's not in the middle of the pool with everybody else who's out there. And it was kind of wasted space, and so it would be a new amenity similar to the shelters at the beach that are rented out by the Park District. So it's a rental income for them and a nice space for people to have get-togethers. So we can go to the next slide. So again, the location, we moved it. So this is a Revit image. It's not exactly accurate to what the planting is going to look like, but the hardscape is pretty accurate. And so basically you can see the walk leads up to a terrace area. There's going to be a steel pergola on the east side, and then 2 seat walls in the back, and it actually will have a step up to the lawn because the lawn rises behind this elevation. And then there'll be landscape, which we'll get to in a second in the next couple images. Another image that kind of shows you the space. And then again, shows you the pergola. This is what the pergola looks like. It's louvered, it's steel, and it also has a charging station. So if they wanted to have plugins or any type of activities, they would be able to do that at the pergola. Kind of shows you the dimensions. It shows you what it looks like. These are the pavers that we had donated from County Materials. So we're going to use a color called Allure, and it's basically a really light to dark gray. It's the one on the bottom, not the one on the top. So it's very subtle. And then we're going to, and you can keep going. Actually, I think we're going to use the Vision, which is the light tan color that was circled. And then we're going to use the beechwood as an accent, and it kind of complements the brown brick at the Park District pool building. We can go to the next one. And then we're going to use this wall material. It's called Tribute, and it's a smooth texture in the color that complements, again, the brown brick at the pool building. And then it'll have caps on top of it that are shown in right there, highlighted, on top of the wall. This is a Mariani plan. So it kind of shows you the plants, and I'm not going to go through all the plants, but basically there's grasses, a red bud, lilacs, and prairie dropseed. And you can kind of see it encompasses the area, and then there's a step up in the back that you can walk back to the lawn, and there's actually a bench underneath the hawthorns behind the terrace. So it's really going to be a nice space. It definitely will give some amount of privacy. None of these shrubs or trees are too big, but it'll definitely feel more gardeny than any space that's currently out there. And right now, it's like I said, it's just kind of wasted lawn south of the pool. And we can go to the next image.
That's all we had on that item.
So I'm certainly open to answer any questions or comments.
Okay. Thank you.
So the balance of the project is going to be paid for also by the Friends of the Parks. And I think it's somewhere around $10,000 or $12,000 that the Friends of the Parks are kicking in to finish building the project. There
That's
is
great.
landscape lighting as well, and it's going to be basically undercoping lights underneath the seat wall, so it'll just kind of subtly light it up. So if they're going to have evening events on the pool deck, I mean on this patio, that they would be able to do that.
Sue, you
All low
want to start?
voltage.
Yes, so I really appreciate the way that you try to incorporate the brick that would kind of refer back to the building. I did sort of drive over there really quickly because I haven't been there since my
Yeah.
kids were little. And I was wanting to make sure this didn't look like it sort of landed from outer space and, but it looks good over there. I mean, the fence is all black and I think that ties in and you've tied in the brick and I think the whole space has kind of been upgraded, so this, I don't think will look out of place.
Yeah, we tried to complement using the pavers that would complement the concrete color on
Yeah.
the decking.
Yeah, I think that that's really done in a sensitive way. And the one thing, and I like the landscaping a lot, I think that's gonna look really pretty too and help it not look sort of just plopped out there. I think it's gonna really anchor it. I really like that as well. The only thing that I had a question on was, I know at least when my kids were there, sometimes kids would run around back there. I mean, it really is largely not used.
Yeah.
But sometimes they would run around up back there or play Frisbee or whatever. And the only thing I was wondering is with that path just cutting through the lawn, is that a tripping situation?
Yeah, can we go back to the image that shows the overall site plan?
Sure.
So to your point, one of the reasons that we shifted it, so right now it's showing it in the original location that we had specified, but we moved it about 13 or 14 feet to the northeast.
Okay.
And by doing that, actually the hawthorns are somewhat close to this. They're probably about 20, 25 feet away. So that wasn't really the area that a lot of the kids were playing.
Okay.
The open area is more to the southwest.
Okay.
And by moving it even further to the northeast, we're kind of out of the zone that a lot of the kids would play.
Okay.
And that was one of the things that John Beeler and I talked about, is to try to retain as much of the lawn space as possible because the camps use it.
Right.
And so they wanted to ensure that they had still play area that they could use for the camps.
Okay, all right. And I guess, like, if they do find that kids are running across there and it's a hazard, I suppose you could always plant a little planting bed on either side or something to, like, but, I think that can always be.
Or
done
even,
later.
if we had to, we could probably have the continuation of the rope fence
Or- yeah,
that
if
is
If really necessary.
there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks nice.
Thank you.
Scott?
This is really beautiful. I think it will be a great amenity to the pool. I haven't been over to the pool in a while. Are these all, what's my question? Are any of these pavers do they currently exist at the pool?
No,
or-
no,
okay.
it's just concrete at the pool. The entire decking is all concrete, and then obviously the building is clay brick. But this will be new material. But what we tried to do was to complement the colors.
Okay.
To have something that doesn't look like it came from nowhere. And so the new broom finished concrete, we tried to match that with the paver color.
Okay. That's all the questions I had.
Can you go back to one of the perspectives? Sure. I don't care which one. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it is great. I mean, it's everybody's effort to make this happen is wonderful. My two quick things is I feel that, and I hate to even pick on this because it's such a generous thing. However, that's why we're here. I feel that the relationship of the little pavilion to the seat retaining wall feels a little like the retaining wall was there, the patio was there, and then they just plop that down. Like it extends past, it doesn't, and it's outside of, the little pergola thing instead of embracing, like if you sit on that wall, if it's a true seat wall, you're gonna be sitting kind of outside of the pergola, which is an unnatural relationship. I don't know if there's anything, and I know you said because of the topography, you have to put those in that location, or?
Yeah, I mean, it is a prefabricated, we didn't have an unlimited budget.
No, the pergola, I'm okay. I'm just saying, do you see how the pergola is sitting kind of inside of the retaining wall
I
on the
do,
back?
yeah.
And usually if you're planning something like this, it's not, the retaining wall, all that's kind of within the, there's a relationship there that makes it a little bit more, it feels like the pergola is not integrated into the patio because of with that wall. it's a non-issue issue, but I'm just giving you my,
No, I understand.
my
I
two
mean, I think
cents
part
there.
of it was dictated by the size of pergola, that it's, because it's prefabricated, we were trying
Yeah.
to keep it within a reasonable cost.
Yeah, all that is,
Yeah.
my only concern is just looking at it, I feel that that's an unnatural relationship, like
Mm-hmm.
having those columns sitting in front of that wall instead of
Can we look at the,
incorporating.
because again, this is a Revit image and it's
Yeah.
meant for,
Yeah, but I think all of the plans show the same
plan view?
relationship, yeah.
At which drawing?
Like the
the
floor
plan
plan,
view?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just want to. Can you zoom in?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I think the pergola, I think it's an accurate representation of where.
Yeah. And I'm just curious, did you look at rotating at 90 to see what, so it's more like an axial relationship instead of kind of going across?
I think we wanted to keep it on one side
Yeah.
to keep a sunny side and a shady side.
Right.
And because that's the east side, the west sun would be
Yeah,
facing.
you'd catch
that-
it. Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
And so that's one of the reasons we put it there. And frankly, one of the reasons we put the dimension, the size that we did. And it does align with the banding.
right.
So you can see the colored
sure.
banding. So the posts do fall right in the middle of the banding.
Yeah,
But, you know, one of the reasons that we did that is, you know, if we were building a masonry structure that wasn't a segmental wall.
Yeah.
And, you know, had a $50,000 budget on the pergola, we could have dropped the posts in there and
Yeah.
built the footings. And
but
done
do
all
you
that.
need that wall? Does that wall hold back some land?
It does.
On the left side?
Yeah, so the grade is actually, particularly on the other corner, not this corner.
Yeah.
But particularly the upper corner, the grade rises significantly.
Yeah, I mean, did you look at maybe moving the whole retaining wall to the open side and not having any retaining wall at the pergola location?
We didn't, just because we wanted to center it, but
Yeah. Okay.
Are there trees around this?
the
Or
hawthorns
mature trees?
are, the hawthorns are probably about 20 feet behind. So there's kind of a grove of hawthorns. You can see it on the larger plan. Maybe I have a copy of it.
Just feels afterthought. Thanks.
So on this plan here, I can pass this. You can see there's a grove of hawthorns, and there's actually more than that. The plan doesn't really do it justice. But as you go further to the southeast, there's quite a few hawthorns back there. And there's actually a little bench pad, a memorial bench that's been back there. I didn't even remember it being back there, but it's been there for a long time. I don't know if anyone even uses it.
Okay, thank you. Here's the trees.
Looks great. I don't have any comments. Thank you. Looks awesome.
I just had one question. On the plan here, it shows the length of the walkway is 26 feet.
Yes.
Between the pool deck. Now, you said this had been moved?
The walk is still the same length. We basically just rotated on the 45 axis. So if you see that, the edge of the pool deck, we just moved it 13 feet to the northeast.
I see. I
So
understand.
we didn't adjust the walk or adjust any of the patio. We just simply shifted it to the upper right.
And then the only other thing, Member Kerouac's thing, would seem to me it would be a fairly inexpensive thing to just shorten two of the posts and then set the posts directly on the wall.
It is a prefabbed.
I get it, but
Yeah.
are not field modifications permitted, or? It's, as I say, it's.
I wouldn't want to do that for something that's prefabricated. It's not custom. So you would literally be cutting, and there's an electrical outlet on one of the posts at the bottom. So, I mean, again, it's not that I'm opposed to doing it, but I would imagine if you. If you
suggested that it might
modify
be an easy
a
way to do it.
prefabricated, any warranty that it has is probably null and
Yeah.
void.
Okay. Those are only my only two thoughts.
Okay, you done? All right, so I think it's great. I share what Matt brought up with the posts on the inside, but I don't see a solution to that, unless you really start to rearrange everything.
And we were tight for money.
No, I get all that.
Once we had the $25,000 donation, it really kind of motivated us to
Yeah.
really try to make the project realistic. But the Friends didn't have a huge amount of money because it wasn't a high-priority Park District project. And so I went out and talked to my vendors, and we got the material for free, which really made it possible. And then I talked to Mariani, and Mariani was willing to donate the landscape generously. And so once I had that happen, it was like, okay, we can make this project happen. But really, we're making it happen for like $11,000 from the Friends, which we certainly could have done more. But for what it is, it's probably a $60,000 project that the Friends are paying $11,000 for.
Okay, anybody else have any more comments? Matt, you got a solution?
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out.
My only, and I don't know if it's not even a solution, but is if you took the brick, the little retaining wall, right, that's at the pergola side, and if that's not as needed as the other corner is for the topography, and just brought that to the open side, so you had a wall around the open.
That it would be more just on the southwest
Yeah,
corner.
and then you have like,
extend
it would kind
further.
of define that.
Yeah.
And then this would be open, maybe there's not as much landscaping, so that kids do like to run out of it instead of having like two little throats to run out of.
I think we could look and see once we
Yeah.
go and lay it out and shoot the grades, I think we could see if we could modify that.
I mean, you could take the same amount and just mirror, right?
Right.
And then you just
Yeah.
have those two areas captured.
Yeah.
Maybe even build like a little wood bench in between, have another kind of seat. Anyways, I just think it
Yeah.
feels just a smidge afterthought,
Yeah.
which I would hate after everybody's effort to, yeah, and I wouldn't want you to start cutting. I think that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Just because your plan also shows middle posts at these
Yeah, no, they're
renderings.
metal.
No, middle. Like the
Oh, yeah,
plan
yeah, no, it
shows
does.
there's,
It has.
so
the
there's 6
middle-
posts, not the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are two sections.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So wait, Matt, are you saying to move this,
No, I'm saying move the one at the retaining, no,
here?
at
Yeah, the one adjacent. to the
That
curb.
one.
yeah, you're
move
saying
that.
move it over here?
Yeah.
So like this is captured?
that's a captured,
this
and
is
then
just
that's defined as a pergola, the other side's defined with the wall.
wall, and then this area is just, this corner is kind of landscaped, and that's
Yeah,
what's
just like the rest.
And
Yeah.
then they're just kind of juxtaposed against each other. Yeah, I mean, we certainly could do that. And
Yeah.
I think what we'll do is when we lay it out, we'll just check the grades and see
Yeah.
what we need.
Yeah.
Because I may need a little bit of retaining wall
Yeah.
on the north or southeast corner.
Yeah.
Because the grade is rising, but the southwest corner, it rises substantially.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we wanted
Sure.
to move it too, because
Yeah.
it was much flatter to the
Right.
northeast.
Yeah. But I truly appreciate the efforts.
Yeah.
And all that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Do you want to ask if anyone here online wants to speak?
Yeah, anybody online want to speak, or anybody else here?
Anyone want to speak either here or online? Okay, no one's indicating
Okay,
they do.
all right, then we need a motion. For no one further discussion, so,
Are we approving, suggesting?
Approving.
Or approving?
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. I move to approve, submitted with an option to look at relocation of the retaining wall that's at the pergola side of the patio to see if there's a benefit to that. And if not, all is well.
Okay. Second on that?
Second.
Roll call.
Okay. Member Wicks,
Aye.
Member Straight
Aye.
Member Kerouac,
Aye.
Member Deegan,
Aye.
Member Cottrell,
Aye.
and Chair Hunter.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, everybody. We're trying to get it built before the pool opens.
Excellent.
So Memorial Day is the date, so we're excited to
Awesome.
have it be an amenity as soon as the pool opens and
Yeah.
even have a grand opening party out there with the new deck and.
That's excellent.
That's great.
Everything that has been done, so thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Next is the Lake Bluff Yacht Club. Taylor, you're on.
I should probably recuse myself from this.
Oh, I think we're past that.
Yeah,
We're well
I
past.
could use your advice.
Yeah, we need you.
Stay.
Need your input. We live here too.
Good try.
So I'll just give a brief introduction if I could, Taylor. So we have three items that we want to talk about, three aspects of this item that we want to talk about tonight. This board had asked that the white wood trim come back for discussion at our last approval. And of course, this project also went through the PCZBA and the village board. And during discussions there, a couple things came up. They realized that there's some constraints on the landscape plan and the idea of clumping the grass because there is, some concern about, as you saw in George's letter, and we've heard from other people, there's concern about the clumping coming farther east and where they put the temporary sidewalk down and all that. And then there's not much room to the north with the curb and all that. So the yacht club's current design has addressed that by alternating between two different types of grass instead of clumping it. And then we can ask for feedback from this group, whether you do, 3 of one, 3 of the other, or 2 of one, 2 of the other, or how you want it to alternate on that. And then the third item is the fence. The yacht club's preferred item is the same as what this board recommended approval on before. The PCZBA had independently recommended a solid fence, and I think the discussion here was that the landscape would help to provide the screening instead of the solid fence, and the village board saw those two different recommendations from two different bodies and said the ABR should think about it and make the final decision on the fence here tonight, whether it's open or closed or what. But it's supposed to have the good fence on 3 sides and the chain link on the back. So whatever we decide for the good fence on 3 sides. And you guys all saw, we got an email with an attachment from George Russell, and I forwarded that, and that's at your place. And with that, I think that's all I got. Turn it over to
No,
you, Taylor.
I just have one other thing to say. In case you weren't aware of this, at the last meeting, the items that Mike just discussed was what was left hanging, but we advised the yacht club to go ahead to the village board and get approval of everything other than basically some colors and the fence. So we don't need to go through the building and all that again.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, Taylor, is up to you, but that's kind of where we're at.
I'm going to say you covered everything I wanted to say. So, no, I mean, look, I think we all prefer an open fence. We know that what George was trying to solve was to create some sort of privacy because some are concerned that the yacht club's going to leave it a mess. I will not let it become a mess, at least I hope. And so we still want to create an opaque, but we want to do it naturally. We think it would look nicer. David Holdsworth, who's doing the fence, said if we do a solid fence with any sort of wind, we're going to replace it every 36 months minimally. So the other option, we could do a chain link fence and then we'd have to sawtooth it, but also create a screening on a black chain link fence, what I don't think anyone wants. So our idea was just to do the really nice fence, invest in really nice landscape. I'm not a landscape expert, but I'd assume we'd hire someone who is, make it look incredibly nice, but also make sure it's not bulking out and sticking out. And we just have really tall grasses. So I chose the 2 tallest grasses that would cover the fence. Obviously, I hope they look nice and they seem to be in my visual, but I'm not a design expert. So I'm open to any suggestions there. But I think ultimately we just want to solve coverage because that's what they want. So that's the fence. That's the landscaping. again, if anyone has any more creative ideas, I mean, I'm not against anything. And then for the trim, I think we prefer white. That was my best, this picture here is kind of my best do at just like a visual drawing of what we would like it to look like. The option that we said, because you asked us to come back with alternative, would be, this is the wood that's gonna be the siding. This wood will fade into that gray that you see. It's like a fully weathered, there's a packet of the fully weathered, or of the company where this wood's coming from, that will show you the different fades as you oil it. So if we oil the trim and protect it, it'll stay this color. If we don't, which is our goal, it'll gray, which is what I want it to look like. But I think ultimately the goal you said was to have it nod the stuff around it. So our idea was to have it be more brown, and then we could oil it, and Ted said that anyone could oil it. It's not very hard to oil it and keep it nice every year. So that's what we came up with. I think ideally, Sherman Williams decided to give us a sample of the Arctic White this morning because he didn't have a real sample, so he painted it this morning. So it's just an Arctic White hardy board trim. So I'm good with any of it. I think we'd prefer it to be white as we display it here.
Could you pass the, thank you.
But that's not the color it's gonna stay.
No.
So that piece of wood is what we are going to put up for the entire siding.
But you're gonna let it weather.
We're gonna let it gray.
Yeah, so it's gonna gray out. So,
But if we did the trim in that, we would oil it.
oh, the trim, okay.
We'd protect it so it wouldn't gray. And then every couple years, we'd get some volunteers and make sure the trim was kept brown as such. Or we could let it all weather together and be all one color.
So if you did the trim and you oiled it, it would be, what would be the white part then? The doors?
Everywhere you see white
Okay,
would be brown.
okay. The doors included.
Yes. I mean, I'd prefer the doors to be white. We could keep the doors white and keep all the trim brown. One other thing I forgot to add, I'm very sorry. I don't think we're gonna do those crosses on the door because they look more farmy to me than they do boathouse. So if you could imagine and hopefully approve that same doors, but without the crosses on them.
Did you, who's, Art, what do you think? Have you got more, Taylor? Let's do these things independently.
Okay.
Art, you got anything, any comments?
No, I don't think so. My reservations from the last meeting regarding the steel roof and stuff are still there, but, you know, that ship sailed.
Let me just interject something for somebody to think about while we're talking. And it occurred to me today that way back when we were talking about this last year, and we were talking about, you know, how do you marry these three buildings desperate together, which you really can't. But one of the things, instead of the white trim, and I don't know if this is possible, is to match the sort of buff color on the trim that the water plant is, which is just off-white instead of white. You give me the hard stare.
I'm good with it.
I mean, that would be a hardy, if that's available in hardy,
So-
I don't know.
A more off-white than a white.
Yeah. And maybe that's not within what you guys are thinking.
That's my
But
fault.
I don't mind the white.
Yeah.
I only have pictures of the shelter.
It's pretty close. That was my little,
Oh, you did this?
yeah.
Okay,
I wasn't here last time, so
okay.
are we going down the line?
Yeah, Art, what do you,
You know, somehow I'd like to see this look a little bit more like the Park District buildings. I mean, that's the only thing that kind of, maybe the color from again, the Park District buildings aren't the epitome of, good design, but they are down at the beach. It is a public park, and, it seems to me that there ought to be a little bit of cohesion. That's all. It's,
Matt, what do you, Matt? Ed?
That's an insult to both of us somehow. I'm not sure how, but we both feel slighted.
I think it's only an insult to one of you.
I wasn't in the last meeting, if you're talking about last month.
Yes,
When you discussed this, so I'm playing a little bit of catch-up.
Okay, what-
But the issues you guys are talking about right now are the color of the trim as it relates to the field siding,
Yep.
correct? I mean, I really don't have a problem with, the building structure is so different than
I
the
get it,
adjacent
I get it.
structures, then it's just like, what are we trying to do? So at that point, I'm like, well, it is what it is. So I don't have a problem with the white trim and the brown field. So, and I guess the metal roof was of discussion previously,
Yeah,
but, if that's, I'm not going backwards, we're going
yeah,
forwards.
that's already been approved
Yeah.
by everybody.
So I don't have any other comments if we're just talking about that at the moment.
So you're okay with the white?
I'm fine with it.
I wasn't at the last meeting either. I'm sorry about that. So my only concern, and I know this is a tough project. It's been tough for a couple of years. It's still tough because you're trying to service a budget, service a group of people, a lovely yacht club, play well with the other buildings as much as you can in very harsh environments. My only, my two thoughts, and I'm sorry I wasn't here last time, is and I hate being this person because when I'm in your position and people on the board, so I did a little rendering thing where instead of white, which is a kind of harsh Nantucket look down there, where I did more of like a grayish beige. So it's just a little bit softer, kind of on the eye going across. So it's not just, because you don't want to draw too much attention to it. It's not supposed to be a showstopper of a building. So I did something that's just a little bit softer in the environment than the white. And I can, just so you can see, it's just
I'm not against anything.
an idea.
With this thought, the building color would stay the same, or is it?
Well, I have another, the idea, and I've done homes, cedar, that they look lovely for a year and a half, and then they never age the same. One side's going to age quicker than the other. It's not going to be this perfect weathered in 2 years. Some exposures are going to be amazingly one way, and then the other sides are going to be totally opposite. So it's hard. I've done homes, and after 10 years, there's still not a cohesive feel for the whole house when you do the natural. Did you guys look at like a hardy shingle that's just painted and you'll never have to worry about it, and it's
Matt?
lovely?
I'm going to interrupt.
Yeah.
That stuff is an amazing product.
Yeah,
And it's structural.
yeah. If we're good with this, I just
Yeah.
want to set
Matt
expectations.
Also left the bar.
Yeah,
We just
okay,
wanted
so
to-
if that, yeah, so then that discussion needs, I was just curious where
We're
that
just hoping it would
conversation was.
look like it's been there forever after a certain period.
I know,
right?
and that
that's-
is true, but some of them don't age as well, and just, so those are my 2 cents. And I'm glad you're taking the crosses off, the X's off that.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
like
a good move. So those are my 2 points, simply
Right.
looking at that. And maybe a different trim color, and then having the fence kind of match that, so it's not so stark down there.
We thought the fence would match the lights, and
Yeah.
we're trying to match, but
Yeah, I totally appreciate their direction. Just, there's always a couple of directions.
Yeah.
And that was just another thought. It's a tough one, so I feel for you. Truly.
Scott?
Yeah, don't try to pass it without talking.
I love it. I have no comments. It's my second favorite design of the. No, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Good with what?
Well, do you want me to comment on color?
Yes.
Yes. Because the rest
So
of it,
help me understand.
Yeah.
This is what you're putting in the main body of the of the
Mike.
building?
Yeah.
Mike, can you pull up the PDF from the actual, the last thing I sent you?
Oh, yeah.
There's a PDF of the company this is from, and it'll show you if you let it weather, if you oil it and protect it, and there's all these different variations. Honestly, you guys are the experts. I know numbers. I don't know land. I don't know design. So you tell me what to make it, because you're good at this. So down, if you scroll down, they'll show you different variations of this arbor wood.
Keep going.
Keep going. There's like a bunch of squares.
One more.
Sorry, a lot of pictures.
No, keep going. I know it's
Of
in
course, Ted didn't show who's the expert of talking about this.
I mean, even that color.
Yeah, there's some,
Okay,
even
so-
like I'm using, millboard, do you use them?
Farther down?
No, that's
Yeah,
the
that-
top row is what you're looking for.
Is there a picture that'll show what this will look like in 5 years?
Yeah.
2 years.
Okay.
Here,
So the goal of it being oiled,
in your packet.
yeah, I mean, if we continue to oil it, it should stay that color. If we don't ever oil it, which is what we plan to do for the actual siding, it would be the right side. So the alternative was say, why don't we just make the whole thing the same material, trim included,
Right.
and we'll oil the trim so it doesn't weather. Or, I mean, now that I'm sitting here, maybe we don't oil any of it and it all grays and it just looks the all same neutral color. Or we make it white. I don't care. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the gray, that's beautiful, and I think I would prefer some color rather than white that everybody agreed to. I think the white is, I mean, the white is timeless and classic as well, but I would probably prefer a color.
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
Red, green? White like ice,
Something that sort of nods to the adjacent buildings. It doesn't have to be an exact match, but, something that is complementary.
Well, that would probably be closest to the oiled version.
No, I'm talking about the trim.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay.
It's dark, it would be look like that against the gray. Am I right,
I think
Cameron?
I prefer, for me personally, I prefer a color.
My understanding is
against
they're
the gray.
talking about using a hardy product for the trim.
That's what you, that's
Yeah,
what they
there's
like.
two options.
Yeah.
Well, three options I'm hearing.
Option one is the Arctic white
Yeah.
party board trim. Option two is we just get the trim from this company in the same material as the siding, but we wouldn't let it weather. Option three is whatever the hell you guys want it to be. I don't care.
This shouldn't be that hard.
I think you passed a picture in this brochure of
Yeah, let's
of
look
a,
at
that
it
had a
close.
building with a color on it,
Let's
that,
look.
yeah, like right there or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the color, but
No.
But I think oiling that only is gonna be a tough ask. You know, like
agree.
you have the window, you had the whole dormer, you're gonna spill oil on the side, it just seemed like you should do something that's either, somehow you can just let the world be after you get it
Do
done.
it.
I just feel that someone's gonna lose a football fantasy and have to oil it every year or something. Doesn't seem like it's a,
Yeah, we have a table in our backyard that's kind of very similar to this, and we were supposed to oil it, and what happened was, we didn't oil it like one time, and then it grayed, and then we had to power wash to get it, and then oil it. I mean, it is, I personally don't think the oiling option is sustainable, like
Yeah.
for something like that. I mean,
I don't
but I
disagree.
do appreciate you trying to be like, okay, how can we get
Yeah.
something that's more in keeping with the sort of earthy stuff going down there? But I feel like we should, I don't think the oiling option is a good one, personally. Yeah, I think either what you said, which is do it all in that trim and just let it all fade, or pick a color that complements what's going on, or even, if we're gonna do the white, I think it should be more of a like a warmer kind of a white, maybe not so Arctic, but maybe more
Do that,
off-white, kind of creamy, kind of
do that trim color.
rock white, I don't know, or a color.
Yeah.
I agree. And the roof is a light gray galvanized, a dark gray what's the roof material like? Because that's kind of important, because we'll see it.
It's great.
It's like a weathered zinc or gunmetal, one of those.
It'll gray out. It's not zinc.
So it's just galvanized and with a little, yeah, aluminum, yeah.
So what color will it end up? Like a light gray, a dark gray?
It really shouldn't change color at all.
Yeah.
Is it
It's gonna be more
It's
of a
not
light,
intended.
a light
take
gray?
on the color of the sky or the
It'll
bluff.
weather down a little bit,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. We're past all of that.
Yeah.
We're not talking about anything but trim.
No, I was just asking what the roof color is, so
Yeah.
that when you
Yeah.
think about the trim, you take it into consideration. I wasn't wanting to change the roof color. I was just asking, what is it? Is it, what did we decide? And it's sort of a medium to light gray, right?
Yeah, not dark.
Yeah.
It's not dark.
No. No, it's gonna be light. Like, I guess you, obviously,
Like
it's
pretty light.
very light. I've got it on my garage. It's very light. It stayed light. Did it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Has it changed?
Well, okay, we're almost all here, and we're still not getting anywhere.
Oh, it takes a minute.
So we eliminated oiling the trim.
Yeah, I think that's,
Well,
So we have three options. We have some kind of white, Arctic white or something.
Why don't you pull up
From
Hardy
Ames
Board's?
Hardy?
Why don't you pull up Hardy Board's website?
Well, Hardy
Just-
Board has great color. I mean, that's, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we
Hardy
can
Board
pick
has, you have a different color paint or you,
so
Oh, you just
Hardy
let it
Board
natural.
is not painted?
no, it comes two different ways. You can, there's a whole light thing, like it will explode on you if you, well, not Hardy Board, but like
Yeah.
AZAC, well, but it can paint it any color, but it comes in like 20 colors.
That's already.
Standard.
And
Yeah.
you don't ever have to paint it?
No, never have to
Oh,
paint
that
it.
seems
Beauty
like,
of it.
Yeah,
that seems like a great idea.
yeah.
Is that like LP Smart Trim?
Well, LP is a wood composite. Hardy is a cementous base.
Okay.
So it won't move or expand or rods or
So
anything.
then, would they have to paint the doors to match that, whatever color we picked?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
they couldn't do
They
this,
got painted doors no matter what.
no matter what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if there's only 20 colors, why don't we pull Hardy Board's website up and pick one?
Yeah, let's look.
I can do it.
I like to get it done attitude. Did you, the little gesture there, does that offend you?
No,
Okay.
this
I
isn't my
just-
boathouse. I just volunteered to help.
I know you did. I know you chose this.
Well,
I mean,
this is gonna be
to me, this is
gray.
just look. Again, I might be colorblind. Looks
Yeah.
greenish.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a simple, let's see
Right.
what we can do. There was no,
Right.
What's that up there for?
just the idea of that maybe it's more muddy color instead of a bright white was the only
Yeah.
thing.
As far as the trim, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
What will
we're
look
in.
good with the gray, when this grays, right? Because it's only gonna look like this the first
or it may never look like that if they don't
Nothing's
oil
gonna
it.
look like
6
that.
months or
Yeah,
something,
it's gonna
right?
look like that for 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months. So it's this.
Yeah.
So what do we think color trim would look good with that?
I think we might have to, I wonder if they could, and I don't, do we have to have that sample tonight? Like,
No, we're not leaving this room until this is done.
okay, so so we need to UPS a sample.
FedEx, carrier pigeon the samples of the Hardy
Yeah,
board.
because this is the worst way to pick a color, like from a computer to a screen. And the true color rendition here is going to fail.
Right.
I could go get my color samples before we get a,
Do you have Hardy color samples?
yeah, all architects have Hardy color samples.
In your car?
Not in my car, at my home. Yeah,
I think you should have it in your trunk.
I know,
How many of
right?
these are there?
What about
There's
gray
like 20
slate?
colors.
What about dark gray? Like a dark gray? Or what about like a
Actually, this is,
Green-ish?
let's see if my phone has a.
So nobody wanted the idea of the off-white that matches.
I like the off-white. I think,
the-
I don't like the Arctic white. I think it's too
No, but I'm talking
Arctic.
about the off-white that's.
I like a warm
Yeah.
white. I mean,
And
I
I don't
went,
know if you guys like that. At this point, you probably don't care if it's polka dot, you know.
It could be purple at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure.
a lot of trees back there. What's that one?
Let's see, where are the titles?
Yeah, they're underneath it, so it comes up
Rich
later.
espresso.
What are we looking at?
So we're looking at, these are hardy sample colors
Coffee?
for the trim.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yep.
Do they have
They-
like a
The top
cream or a
looks a little
sand
whiter.
color or a espresso?
Yeah, they have all different
Wait.
colors. Here, I'm gonna pull it
Oh,
up.
this is
Oh, here we
good.
go,
All
here we
right,
go.
here we go.
There you
Yeah, that's what we look at.
Cobblestone?
Like a cobble, yeah, and
Go back the other way
Not the red.
to the one. Okay,
it's like the Monterey taupe.
that's,
Monterey taupe's kind of pretty.
Navajo beige, too.
What about Navajo beige?
Navajo beige is probably closer to what the color of the,
Yeah, but that may not look good with gray.
Yeah, well, yeah, we don't want the gray to.
Yeah,
it's-
I don't think you want that with the weathered gray.
Yeah, I agree.
It's,
Go, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah,
Is there,
keep
is
going.
there
What
more?
about the pearl?
There.
yeah,
White mist?
Rich espresso could be cool.
Well, let's look at Rich Espresso.
yeah,
yes,
Yes, jump in.
yeah, especially if you can,
To the microphone, if you could.
Yeah.
and please solve this.
There's microphone.
Yeah, solve this for us.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the. this
And
is
then we
what
should
it looks
paint the south
Yeah.
shelter, whatever we pick.
Oh, that's good, we can request a sample
yeah.
I know, right?
and adjourn.
Is it- You gotta say your name.
Hi, everybody. Michael Goldsberry, 523
Mike.
East North Avenue. I've been on the Planning and Zoning Board. I've been in Lake Bluff a long time, so over 50 years. So the yacht club's been around for a long time. A lot of fond memories doing all of that with them. It seems like a really exciting, interesting plan. To me, the yacht club's really become two things. It's been for the sunfish, the sailboats, which I think are really exciting. And it's just become a storage bin for people that don't want to take their paddle boards up and down the hill all the time, which is fine. So it becomes a big storage area over there. So my only thing, anything we can do to kind of, by the middle of the summer, it looks pretty janky back there with all of the paddle boards and a whole bunch of other things that people just decide to leave there. So if I heard you correctly, it sounds like we're not going to have the stockade fence anymore. There's going to be something that looks a little more visually appealing that might be able to get rid of that visual. So I think that's a great idea if that's the plan. I don't know if there's a way to extend the building so it helps cover or give the feel of covering some.
Mike.
Yeah, so I think if that's where you're heading, I think that's something that, as someone that, is not gonna have a paddleboard or a sunfish there, when I'm at South Beach, it's nice to enjoy all of that. The only thing I would encourage is, one of the things I think we miss on some of these projects is that, to me, Lake Bluff is all about nature and beauty, and I think some of the projects we have a tendency to do don't really honor or feel like they fit into nature very well. So I don't know, maybe as you think about the color scheme here, maybe that's something to think about, things that feel more like they belong at the beach, that they blend in with the beautiful color palette. I know many of you go down to the beach all season as I do. What the beach feels like in winter is very different than what it feels like in summer. So I just encourage you to think about some of those colors that might fit in, and then, just the screen right there. Then the other thing, I'm not sure if it's part of the purview of this committee and what you've been asked to do, but I am concerned you're going to have three very different looking buildings all next to each other. The current, whatever you call that, the covering or whatever it is, I mean, that's got its own vibe. Maybe that needs to be updated to whatever the yacht club is proposing. Wouldn't be bad, I don't think, to think if there's ways you could incorporate the water treatment plant somehow into this so it all feels homogeneous, so it feels like there's some thought here. To me, that's always been the big plus for Lake Bluff versus other places on the North Shore is, there's always this commitment to making sure things feel like they fit into nature, that they're part of nature, that they're part of beach. So, as you think about color or how people use it, that would just be my only words of thought and encouragement from someone that doesn't really have a dog in this race, but loves to go down to South Beach and wants to see something that works for everybody, that you're not seeing all of the, I'm going to call it junk back there, but I'm sure to a lot of people, it's very important stuff that they have back there. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Do we have to pick a trim color tonight?
Yes.
Very hard to do.
Yeah.
Green.
Can you guys elect one of you to be our side consultant and?
So,
Yeah, we still have 2 more things to talk about, so let's.
yeah. Well,
You kind of need to see actual
Yeah.
samples to make a decision.
and I would love to see that in its true weathered state, not,
There is no, you don't have any of those.
I know, but,
To wait 5 years.
yeah.
Well, we could.
Yeah, and if we keep meeting like this,
Yeah.
it'll be available.
Is it possible to say, okay, we're gonna hire a landscape company to make sure that we pick a variety of grasses,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be nicely laid out because we want to make this look very nice. The fence, I mean, do you want me to put a chain link fence or not? I don't think we do want to do a chain link fence, right?
No.
And I'm sure we don't want to do I forgot the name of the other option, but it didn't seem like it was possible unless we want to rebuild it every 3 to 6 months. So the fence seems like, are we okay with the fence at least? Assuming we created opaqueness with landscape?
My only issue, not to be annoying, but here we are. If we change from a white trim, then maybe the fence matches the trim color. If there's a bronze or something, so it's not 3 different things going on. That'd be my only
There
thing.
is a bronze.
So black is neutral and the lights are going to be black. So they seem like they match, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying the black is very stark. If you did a very soft color, like a muted
Yeah.
bronze or gray or something,
Well, the fence is all, does it come in different colors?
Yeah.
It does.
yeah. It does. It has like 7 colors.
And I would agree with, I know there was discussion on the kind of fence and the height of the fence and all that, but I do think the color of the fence should be considered as well, when we consider the color of the spot, the building. And I do think the black, there is truly no black down there at all. And to Mike's point, it is not a nature color, and at least even like a dark gray would sort of look like the rocks or the tree trunks, or a dark green or a bronze, or almost every other color.
You're not going to see the fence. There's going to be landscaping in front of it.
But the whole gate is,
How about in December?
well, and the gate is half the front elevation.
Thing.
Yeah, it is.
The gates are
Yeah.
bigger than the fence.
So, cause I went down there I just went down there and stood down there, and I'm like, okay, what colors are down here? What, and I kind of came around on, okay, maybe an off-white trim is okay. The rocks are kind of that color. The sand almost is that color. It's kind of an off-whitey thing. And even the gray wood, kind of everything, but I kind of feel like that black is really gonna stand out, and.
Every house in this town has a black fence, no matter what the color of their landscaping is or the color of their house. It's a very neutral fence.
Right.
It's just a standard black fence. Show
Yeah.
me any house in this neighborhood that has anything that's not a black fence.
I know, but I know the black fence at the pool looks great and on houses, but as Mike was saying, this is the beach, you know what I mean? And so the beach is a very natural spot, and I think from talking to people, a lot of people do feel that way, like they want it to honor that whole nature
I've
kind
got
of
34
feeling.
letters of people who wrote in who disagree.
Well, yeah, all I'm saying is, just from my perspective, I'm kind of thinking the fence, if anything, could be like a dark gray or a bronze.
Okay.
Or something that's not quite so stark and sort of residential looking and is a little more beach looking, I think.
Okay, then tell me what to do. This is my 8th meeting. My pregnant wife puts my 2 kids down every night. I'm not coming back, so I'd appreciate it if we could figure this
We
out.
need to get on with this thing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not kidding.
No,
Yeah, you know, it's almost embarrassing.
Well, I would say with or without us, somebody should get a sample of the roof.
Yep.
They should get all the samples of the hardy board. They should get a grayed out piece of wood, and they should put it all together and decide what looks the best. And if it's not us, it should be somebody
Yep.
when they do the project.
And
And if
that's-
ultimately they say, well, we think white looks the best, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think that goes with the other buildings, but it's not the end of the world if
Right.
that's what happens.
and same with the fence. I personally don't think the black should be down there, and I think people will have a negative reaction to it, a good amount of people will. And I think it should be softer and more naturey, but if it ended up black, it would not be the end of the world. So, and I don't think it is embarrassing, because I think this is our job, and once this is approved, this is gonna be here for years and years and years. And of course, it's important to the yacht club, but it is really important also to all the people who use the beach. Like, I personally know all the cold water swimmers, and they have a huge opinion on it. A lot of people have an opinion, and I think it's up to us at this juncture, when it's just lines on paper, and nothing's been ordered, and no money's been put down, to do our due diligence. And unfortunately, we are the last group to be looking at it, and you're very frustrated by now, and I completely understand, and we do really appreciate your time as a volunteer, as we all are volunteers. So, I mean, I get it, I really do, but just because we want to get this done, I don't think we're doing our job, and I don't think we're doing the village justice if we just want to rush through it. And so I agree with Scott that we should get some samples.
Okay, so how does this work? What are we doing? This is our 3rd time here.
Do you have a contractor at this point?
Yeah, we're ready to build, and
Okay.
it's gonna be May here soon.
The roof has a manufacturer, and they can provide you with samples of the material in the color range that they
I've got a
offer.
sample that's 15 feet long on the side of my house. It's from my garage. I can give it to you.
Just back up. I'm saying that they make that roofing in possibly 5 colors, 10 colors, 15 colors, whatever. But you can get what's called a sample board that shows the various colors. Likewise, Hardy would provide you with the same thing with their colors. And as Matt said, a weathered sample of that thing. And it would seem to me that you could ask your contractor, who's going to be doing the work and is going to be getting paid for that, to say, drop that stuff off at the village hall. I mean, I don't think what we're asking for here is completely out of the line.
So I think we need to look at what we've been asked to talk about from the board, the village board, is to figure out if we want to do an opaque fence or the fence we approved, right? There was nothing about color. They were fine with the color. Okay, so if you guys want to talk about it, I don't mind, but like, this is opening up another huge can of worms, and we don't want another summer where there's nothing down there. So we got another 30 days go by before I bring all this stuff back. So the approval was, is it opaque, chain link, or is it going to be this 6-foot open concept? The color was not a part of what I was coming today to talk about.
Well, they wouldn't have any, we would be the color people. They wouldn't be the color. They
Okay,
wouldn't
but you
care
guys
about-
approved it last time.
Right, so the 3 things to talk about, the fence, the grasses, and the trim color on
Yeah.
the building, or the.
And with the fence, is our charge today just to talk about the style, not the color, which may have been my misunderstanding.
I don't think
I
we
mean,
specifically.
The color of the fence has never come up yet. I mean, other than you just expressed last time around, you had the fence pieces, and it was the black fence like everybody's got.
Yeah,
Actually, it's a pretty nice fence.
yeah,
But as far as what the village has asked us to look at, I think the solid fencing is probably an impractical thing
Yeah,
to do.
I agree
because
with
of the- Yeah. And I like, actually, I thought about what George was talking about with an open fence. Maybe you don't even need the grass in front of it. That's,
Yeah, I don't like the idea, but that's
because,
just,
you know, if you go down
Yeah.
the shore,
yeah,
most places don't have anything.
yeah. Well, and half of that elevation are gates where there's no fence. So you're
Yeah.
gonna have structure, half of it's open, and then a little end is some
There's
grasses.
not
It's not
much-
gonna serve a
yeah, there's-
purpose for the money and for all that. I don't think that's a worthwhile expense.
What?
The landscape, it's not achieving a goal, because it's pretty open with the gates on the other side.
Yeah.
You're not screening,
Not really screen, you know, the grass gets about this tall.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's, I don't know if you guys put that grass in there to accommodate what everybody's making comments about. Nobody wants to see the boats, it's the boat wreck.
Right.
You know, if you,
I think it looks nice. I mean, if you go to like Forest Beach, they're all laying on the beach with no fence.
Yeah, that's what
that's
They're
what I'm
beautiful.
saying.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't think
I
you
think it
need to
looks great.
hide what you're doing.
we're
I
not
don't-
gonna
Yeah.
have kegs and
Yeah.
coolers down there. It's just gonna be
Fence is to
kayaks.
kind of keep everything encased,
I agree.
you know, not necessarily,
You know what I think you might be talking about is, I know when we used the yacht club, there would be, it isn't the boats that are the problem or anything, it is like, there was a lot of like life jackets kind of draped all over the place and like paddles
Yeah.
leaned everywhere. It wasn't necessarily the boats that looked bad or even the paddle boards because they were kind of slotted. It was just kind of all the other stuff that gets used, you know, and it just kind of was kind of all over the place because there's kids around.
that's
and-
why the building is there now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that where that's supposed to be kept?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was the goal.
Yeah,
well, that'll help.
so,
well, is there a way if we, I mean, I guess we have two options. We either say, since we don't know a palette here, right? No one's gonna vote on a
okay, here's.
non-white palette,
Let me suggest this, and maybe this isn't legal.
yeah.
If me and a committee of somebody else works with Taylor and
Yeah.
his folks and said, this is what we need, and we're gonna make the decision.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah, a
is-
committee of two?
Yeah,
committee
because
of
we've
two.
done that with
Yeah,
other
that's
things,
right.
Yeah,
where
'cause we
we've
can't do
created
it as a committee of three.
Right, exactly, you're
Yeah.
right, yep.
So, would that
Yeah.
work for you? And
I would
I'll
love
help
that.
you
Yeah,
find all this stuff and.
I'm happy to talk about this until it's built. I just don't want to come back here at 7 o'clock
Oh,
at night.
no,
I-
nobody wants you to.
Neither do we.
Yeah, I don't, trust- we feel for you.
Okay,
It's not like we want to penalize your young family and you.
I get
We
it.
want to get it right, though. I mean, like you said, there's been 8 meetings. Let's not drop the ball at the
At
8th
the
meeting.
very last one.
And it
because-
may be in the end, that white and gray, but at
Good with
least
it.
we've done our due diligence and went through it. You always want to say, the board went through the options. It's our job, it's our charge for the villages to protect it from. And that may be, but who knows until we know.
Now, I'm just thinking of the various places I've been that on water. Nantucket is what you got here.
Yeah.
The white trim. Go up to upper Michigan,
Yeah,
up around there. Green
yeah,
and shingles is the thing.
Yeah.
Or dark red and shingles, almost like,
yeah.
you know, or cedar. But, you know, we're looking at a color that approaches mid-grade cedar weathering that stays that way.
Yeah,
And so there's like, almost that's the neutral color. Anything you want to put with it is fine.
Yeah.
Not a color that doesn't go with gray.
right.
Anyway, I'm just suggesting that as an option, if that works for you, Taylor, and your group, to get off the dime here and come up with a
Yeah,
solution.
I think what we just want to do is we want to apply for permits and at least get concrete started,
Yeah,
have the,
and you got the go-ahead for that.
Yeah.
You don't need the color,
oh, I thought we couldn't start anything until we,
No,
no, that's why you went to the village board and got the approval, right?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
that's
oh,
true.
I thought we had to,
Yeah,
No.
no.
this was the final of the.
no. That's why we're like, that's why I'm saying is I don't think we have to decide as we're sitting here, because I think you have enough and you've done a great job, and I think we all agree on most of it.
Cool.
I think it's really just kind of the finishes at this point that we're struggling with.
Yeah, we're good with any of it. We just don't want to not have
Yeah,
something built this summer.
that.
Yeah. So, does that
Okay.
work for anybody?
I think a subcommittee makes sense because you're not gonna get 7 people to agree on a color, so
Obviously.
you've heard all the,
Exactly.
you've heard all the
And one of them isn't
comments.
here, so he's probably thinking pink.
Yeah,
So if we want to do that, then we should do a motion and a vote to approve the fence and the landscape.
Yeah.
And delegate the color decision.
Okay,
to a
let's
committee of
go,
and
what?
Done.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, before we do that, let's talk about the landscaping,
Yeah.
or lack of. Does anybody, do you,
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't have enough money to do all this, unless somebody's come along in the last couple of weeks and given you a big check.
We've got the money.
Okay, good. So you could probably, well, I'm just sure that, thinking about what George's letter and the fact that, why are we trying to hide these things?
Yeah. And we're not going to successfully hide it.
And you're not, and, you know, if you're gonna be good about it, you have to cut those things down every fall.
Yeah, which
Right,
is,
and they have to be maintained, they have to be watered, and,
Yeah.
you know, I realize
Yeah.
that you're
I
using.
don't even know, do they live? I guess they live in that environment.
They do, they
Yeah.
do. I don't know about the other plant.
Yeah, yeah.
But to me, it's,
Yeah, I just think half of the thing, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. It's not screening.
no.
It's just a weird,
Someone wanted opaque.
Kinda nice looking.
We were
Yeah.
trying to solve for opaque.
I appreciate it, right, 100%, I get that.
Kind of like it. I
But-
think that's definitely could come later.
Yeah,
not,
for
or
sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
But
on
I
the
don't
corners
depend
or
on that to
something.
make this amazing, because it's
Yeah.
not going to,
No,
that's not the,
yeah, I don't know if it's gonna carry it, but I
Yeah.
think it's a nice thing.
Would anybody else agree that maybe there doesn't need to be any landscaping around this thing?
Yeah.
And that was always a village thing way back when.
Yeah.
What's landscaping? Well, first of all, we're in sand.
yeah.
Second of all, it's only 4 feet down.
Well, the original building did have a shrub, and I can't tell you what variety it was or whatever.
That went
But
haywire.
it did grow up, and it actually screened the compound
Yeah.
fairly well. I
Actually.
don't know what the name of that plant
It was
was. or-
just a weed shrub.
Well, presumably, but it did its job.
Yeah, but it was a chain link fence too.
Right.
Yeah.
With barbed wire. We could do
Anyway.
barbed wire.
Yeah.
Right, you're right, you're absolutely right, yes, right.
I don't think you have to have the plantings, but I do think it would solve some of the issue of people feeling like, because there's definitely two camps of people being like, I don't want to see that stuff. You know what I mean? There really are.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
For 50
Well,
years,
if-
it was called the Sunfish Beach.
Yeah.
No, I know, but now it's kind of become kind of a popular beach,
Yeah,
you know what I
it
mean?
has.
It's
They
kind
built
of
that shelter
Come
and,
up in the
it
world,
was,
you know? So I do think the planting might help with that. If we don't want to do the opaque fence, it
A
might,
rack of boats is great looking. I don't know what their problem is.
Yeah.
but-
Let me,
might help people. I don't think it's gonna save it, and I
how
don't
about
think
a
it's absolutely
compromise where you
necessary.
plant the sides a little bit?
Yeah.
Like 6 feet.
Yeah.
You kind of
And
come
while
around
I'm
the
looking
corner.
at this picture, we want to match the pavilion or do something with the pavilion.
Yeah.
This whole thing is unpainted concrete block wall.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that the Park District paint that wall.
Yeah.
At least. Anyway,
What are those wooden things that are attached to the side of it
I don't know.
now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's just put one of these things away.
Okay.
Do we want to have that landscaping in the front of
That's how it all
the fence? And I'm talking about the east side.
Do we want what?
I'd be of the opinion that to at least try, because, you know, there's very little vegetation down there in the beach, and to add a little bit seems like not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't put it in with the idea that it's somehow gonna screen what's contained in the compound. But, you know, and if they've got the budget for it, let's give it a shot.
Yeah. Might soften it.
What does everybody else think?
That's fine with me.
Yep, I'm okay with it.
Where are the bushes going?
Toward having the grass as planned.
Yeah.
So
Just a little bit
to
on the edges, on the corners.
edges of the fence?
Maybe it
Yeah.
comes around a little, I don't know, if they'll let
Just
us.
come around a little bit.
Right.
I also think that could be added later, if
Yeah, it just
necessary.
seems-
Those are plants.
I know, it seems a little, but it might be nice.
All right. So what can we say? We're okay with the fence, we're okay with some plant material, and we're gonna decide the subcommittee is gonna decide what color the fence is gonna be along with the.
Along with the trim. Yep. That's fair.
We're going with the roof color and the galvanized, and we're
Yep.
staying with this wood.
The
And
pine.
We're not oiling.
Yep, the non-oil pine.
And we're just trying to figure out the trim.
Yeah.
We're not doing the X's, and we're trying to figure out the fence
What are you
color.
gonna do with the door?
I mean, I could show you my garage, and it would take me a second, but it's the same door without the X's.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It looks like a boathouse.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, Ted did my garage, and I'm sure you designed it, right? So, it's just like a barn door with
He designed his garage? It's really cool. I see it from the street.
oh yeah.
Good job. Right,
Sounds like that, sounds like you'd be perfect for the subcommittee.
Yeah, I see. Ed,
No, you did the drawing, man.
Okay, are you on my committee?
yep.
Matt wanted
Nice.
this job. He came in wanting that job.
I'm just,
White trim if it's
Come on, he
those two.
came in with the picture. He wanted that job. I'm
I
not gonna
did my
take that away
portion.
from him. There's no way I'm gonna take that away from him.
no.
No chance.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's-
Okay.
Sorry,
Yep.
you guys
Someone-
look past
someone
my
needs to
children,
make a
but that's
motion.
the door in front of my.
Yeah.
Someone needs to make a
We
motion.
need to make, well, you can
So
make
it's
it.
the
Make the motion.
I'm
door
passing the
behind
buck. Somebody else needs to make a motion.
I've made the earlier
I think
motion.
it's just classy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Scott, you want to make this
What color is
motion?
that?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna pass it around me.
Sue's making the motion, so we have to get
All right,
past her.
these are my, look up past my kids, but
These
that's.
are his adorable children.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
That's a cool color.
Yeah,
So,
let's just do that. That's
A
great.
minty blue green.
Yeah.
Here, it goes with this.
Yeah.
Looks like the lake on a
Lovely.
whatever kind of day.
Good job. Seems like you guys make a good team working out
Yeah,
problems.
It really does.
So is that
We've already
what the
worked-
door looks like?
That's
Yeah.
the design of the door.
So
It
it's
won't
like
be
a
the color of
slat.
the door.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
So it's just the same thing. Ted and I build the doors ourselves, so
Yeah.
we're gonna do the same.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, so what are we making a motion on?
Whatever Ed wants to say.
okay, so we're making a motion that we have nothing to say about the roof because that wasn't our.
Right.
It's done, right.
Discussion.
All that done.
So we're moving forward with the fence as previously approved,
Right.
correct?
Yep.
Okay,
The 6-foot fence,
the 6-foot fence.
not the slatted one,
Yeah,
the
Picket,
open
yeah, the
picket
open.
one.
This
Yes.
one, the Maverick Supreme
Maverick.
Plus.
The
showing
Maverick
us.
Supreme Plus.
But the finish to be determined. Fence
By the sub-
approved, finished determined.
Color.
yeah.
The finished TBD by way of subcommittee
Yeah.
and owners, however you want to manage that.
Okay.
Okay? The field siding is gonna be, what's that?
So,
Arbor, wood, pine, natural.
Okay?
That's already decided.
That's
Yep.
done and decided, and then the trim color to be
TBD.
determined
Right.
by subcommittee and owner.
I second.
Landscaping? What about
landscape.
Oh, Lance,
Oh, landscaping.
I really don't know how you guys feel, but to me, it's like, don't do it.
yeah.
Really?
Until, yeah, because, and here's
Do it
why,
later?
because they can come back and add it. Because
Okay.
if they go one season without it, and then everyone's complaining,
Like,
they
we
can
don't want
add
to
it.
see this, we don't want to see
Yeah.
that, then they can add it.
But-
All right.
Okay, so they have the option to add the landscaping later.
Later.
That they've shown.
Like approved as it is, how they have it, kind of,
Right.
with this person's comments, but possibly to be added later.
Yeah.
Right.
I second.
Wait, and, yes.
Okay.
Motion didn't stipulate the members of the subcommittee.
Yeah, we can,
It can have to be in the
Bob and
same
Matt.
motion.
Matt, are recused.
I mean, he did this, so he's
Yeah.
I'm halfway done.
passionate about
I
it.
second the motion, unless someone else.
I did
I
second.
think Matt already
I,
seconded
I,
it.
Yeah, I think Bob and Matt.
Okay, motion second.
yeah.
How do you handle the subcommittee then?
Does the chairman just select the subcommittee? I
No,
think the
I-
chairman selects the
No,
subcommittee.
There it is.
you guys vote. Everybody wants to do it.
Come on,
You can
Bob,
put it in the motion, I guess.
make it happen.
I'm not gonna, okay, Matt wants to do it,
Yeah.
Done.
because Scott just said so.
Sold.
Okay, so it's you and Matt.
Me and Bob.
Actually, Matt's handy. Ed's not.
And also, Matt already said that he had all those samples.
Yeah.
That's true.
Every architect has those samples. That's not a right of, but I'd be more than happy to,
Your house is
I love
mine.
it.
it'll be simple.
Every morning at his breakfast table, he looks through them.
Oh my God. They are Christmas presents for all my kids.
So we're ready to do the roll call vote on that
Yes.
motion?
Yes.
Okay. Member Cottrell,
Aye.
Member Deegan,
Aye.
Member Kerouac,
Aye.
Member Strata,
Aye.
Member Wicks, and Chair Hunter.
All right.
Okay, motion passes.
Does that work for you?
God bless you guys. Thank you.
Go build that and we'll get some colors on
It's
it.
gonna be, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought we had
You
to
want
like
your paint
come back
sample
again.
back?
No, all
I
good.
don't need it.
Yeah,
We'll have a
not-
meeting in your little
yeah,
Sorry?
garage. We'll have a meeting in your little garage. and
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
go
in.
from there.
yeah. Excellent. Thanks for your time, truly, for all of it.
Thank you.
Really, truly.
Yeah.
Good job.
We also want the new spot.
Yeah, no, and everybody wants the same thing. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
The recycling bin.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It's a rough one.
What else?
Well, I have nothing else, so if no one else has anything.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm quitting the board. I'm making that as a, no, I'm just teasing.
Wait, what?
No, you're
I'm just
not.
teasing. Since I was on the,
Firebomb your house if you quit the.
no, I'm not quitting the board. All right.
Would
Okay.
someone like to make?
Motion to adjourn.
No, do we have anything else, Bob?
Yeah, I did, but I forgot it, so I guess not.
It's the best.
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone in favor? Aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Adjourned.
nice.
We're done.
All right. Oh, wait, he forgot his, all right, here, Matt.
We'll keep that. Yeah, the boat secondary.